What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So you clearly see the title of the broadcast. And listen, look, it's a shame that some people are ungrateful as they are. Blessed to be living in a first world country to where they can actually sit around here and get on these man-made machines and things like that, or technology, and be able to use man-made machines and get on man-made technology and talk out the side of their necks about people that have shown them nothing but love. It's amazing to me now. It's amazing.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
It's amazing. But we're going to go here now. We're going to see what this young lady has to say. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Both my parents voted for Trump, and I'm adopted, so both my parents are white. And I also have a Chinese sister who's also adopted. And I'm going to tell you guys what their viewpoint of all of this is. I was just telling my mom how Trump is doing this mass deportation, and I'm telling her that, you know, people who are citizens, veterans, are getting accused of being illegal aliens. And she's saying, and her defense is that, oh, well, he's trying to get rid of the people who are raping and killing people.
Okay, so before we move any further, this is the deal here. There's nothing being said about people that are in the military, in the armed forces, being deported. Technically, that's impossible. They've already been vetted to be citizens. How are you going to deport somebody that's in the military or have been in the military? They're citizens. You can't be an illegal immigrant and be in the damn military. Come on. Come on here, people. Come on here. See, and this is the talking out of the side of the neck that everybody's tired of. Now, this is so ungrateful right here. And listen, look, let's just keep going.
As if our citizens don't do that already, and what are we doing about that?
Yeah, we have jails and prisons for them, and we actually lock them up. Now, when these illegals have been doing all these things to Laken Riley and other people and stuff like that, if we have good memories out there, they were letting them go. Now, the Laken Riley situation, they kept him, but there were others that did heinous crimes just such as that, and they were letting them out in certain cities and things like that. Definitely in these democratic sanctuary cities. They were letting these people that were doing these heinous crimes out. Oh, well, they're just rotating out, and now ICE can't even pick these people up because they don't want to they don't want to alert the people that, when they lock these egregious people up. All right. So yeah, we have prisons for them too.
The common misconception is that these Trump supporters are stupid, which I don't fully disagree with, but my parents are smart. My mom used to work for the government, and she used to work on radar defense systems, and my dad used to be a tech consultant for healthcare companies. My mom is also involved in the stock market. Now you're probably wondering, why would they vote for a orange man that hates their children, right? I don't have the answer for that.
Here we go. That hates their children. How do you think Donald Trump hates you? I'm not understanding that type of thought process. It makes no sense. Now, you're growing up in a very highly privileged home, young lady, and father was, involved with very much good tech, mother as well, worked for the government. This is crazy right here. This is so disrespectful. And then she's sitting around here talking about the orange man, stuff like that. Listen, look, baby. Listen, look. Where would you be if these people had not adopted you? That's the question.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
That's the question. Where would you and your sister be if those people had not adopted you and shown you the agape love that they've shown you all these years? And you talk about immigrants. You're not an immigrant. You are an American citizen. And see, this is the disrespectful thought process that some of these privileged, pampered, she looks like a Z, that these Gen Zs and stuff like that, that they have. They never known any true struggle. They never played outside. They never got a bump or a scrape. She's sitting around here with her fancy jewelry on and her little fur coats and shit, talking out of the side of her neck. I guarantee you her hairdos cost $200-300 at the wherever she goes to get them done and things like that. Eyebrows is art, stuff like that. Never known struggle a day in her life. And be honest with you, who knows what her birth parents were about? Who knows? She could have been in a tragic situation if her birth parents had kept her. Obviously, they thought more of themselves and they wanted to put her up for adoption because they probably wasn't able to take care of her the way that they wanted to. And she ended up in a very highly privileged situation. Truly ungrateful.
My family and I, we don't talk politics, and my sister's to the point where she wants to move out the country, which I don't blame her. It's honestly very weird growing up with white parents during this time, and with Trump now being in office. Anytime I tell them anything that's going on, they don't believe me or they just don't want to have the conversation. My sister and I have been trying to tell my mom what he's been doing with the abortions, and she's like basically telling us that, well, would you rather have money and be set for life or worry about stuff like that? Being an Asian American and being adopted by white people, I don't want to bash my parents. They're amazing people.
You kind of are, though. I mean, hold on here.
Bitch, you're a Dorito. You was never chose. You're a Dorito, bitch. And you're mad that you're not chose. And you never will be chose.
They'll fight for my rights any day. But I just don't think they realize.
Fight for her rights. You're growing up in a privileged household. Your rights are already there. What rights do your parents have to fight for you? What is she talking about here? I guarantee she's been going to the best schools, things like that. You talk about parents that work for the government, all types of crazy stuff. These people have privilege, serious privilege, and good connections. What is she talking about? What rights do you not have? Man, you living better than most people out here.
The extent of like the freedom we're losing with this man being in office. I'm not gonna lie,
what freedom are you losing? I guarantee this bitch drives a Benz out here. Come on, man, stop it.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Come on, stop it. Stop it. Talking about she losing freedoms and what freedoms is she losing? What are you talking about? And then on top of that, you was blessed enough to get adopted. On top of that, man, your humbleness should be on an all-time high out here. This is crazy. Are you kidding me?
my Coinbase account has been going up since he's been the office, but that's like the only good thing that's been going on. And I know that that's rooted in deep capitalism and the 9-to-5 people who can't even afford a 1-bedroom apartment. I don't do these type of videos. I've never really spoken out about political issues. Like, this is my first TikTok account, and I don't really post on Instagram as well. But I just wanted to come on here to show you guys that although I love my parents, people with adopted children from other countries, they're still blinded, unfortunately. And this is just the relationship that I'm gonna have with my parents. And they're in their 70s, they're not gonna change their mind. People don't change at this point of their life. So yeah, we don't talk about politics.
Okay. Man. Woo, this young lady is highly ungrateful. And it just is what it is at this point. And she's She's getting on here ranting and raving, talking about, how Trump is, taking away her rights and things like that. I mean, rights, I guarantee you, man, she drive a car that probably costs more than a lot of people's apartments out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
With those types of parents, and then what she said, they're in their 70s. So yeah, they're basically retired, probably got tremendously great pensions, astronomical 401ks, money and savings, all type. Man, I'm telling you, they probably done spoiled the shit out these girls. And see, that's probably the problem right there. They've been spoiled too much. They're sitting around here able to talk shit out the side of their neck all day. One talking about leaving the country. Okay, then, well, go ahead on. Where you gonna go? What other part of the world are you going to go to that you're not? I mean, because it's a lot of restrictions in these other countries. Some of these countries won't even allow you to get on the net and talk the shit out the side of your neck. So, I mean, where you going to go? This is wild right here, man. And, man, this is what we're doing over here in America. We are allowing some of these children to get online and things like that and talk out the side of their neck, when they've had decent parents that tried to provide great lives for them and things like that. And they need to be focused on trying to, be decent citizens and things like that, and talking about rights being taken away from them. You ain't getting no rights taken away from you, girl. Man, you got more rights than it's crazy. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.